Namaskar, this is Professor S. Lal from Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. A scholar today in your course Research and Publication Ethics, that is for PhD coursework. I am here to discuss again on the same topic that I have already discussed. Means the rest part of the topic that we started in the previous lecture, that was ethics with respect to science and research. So ethics with respect to science and research. Where there is science, I can say there is ethics. Science may be anywhere. Where there is accuracy, where there is protocol, where there is exhaustive, analysis, where there is expectation of some finding, there is science. And in the same page, on the same chapter, ethics is. So, as usual, I can say all the things related to this with the help of some PPTs. So, let me allow to share something part of this discussion. You see, we have already discussed that how the committee at first stage and decimate the scientific community, and how it tries to create some temperament, some spirit of integrity, truth, faith, professionalism. These all are inculcated in our day-to-day habit, and if we accept this as our hobby, then we can say that we are following some ethics that have been framed by the different international and national agencies. So, and you see, the committee at the second stage, the committee intend to provide these bodies with teaching aids to include both general and modular elements. I hope you are finding the meaning of the term general and modular elements. There are some models of study, there are some planning, there are some forecasting that bear some possibility to give something in your research. And you have already framed the same for your future study. So if you are supporting something, you are giving something to that is the modular elements. And the teaching aids, like the aids, the support in your classes, like some tools, some kits, some ready corners, innovative items that can help you in getting the information before your student and others, and to make them more comfortable in understanding. Generally, it happens that we as a teacher in the classroom try to understand our student as mechanical instruments. We, without any concern, deliver lecture just like machine, and we expect that our students are getting. So the difference between research and the difference between the study and the difference between the classroom teaching, this is the three-dimensional phenomena. And during study, during research, a research scholar is supposed to learn all these things, because when after PhD, when you visit in the class, it gives some reflection that yes, you have some understanding, and how you are correlating this three-dimensional process of understanding together. So at the third stage, the committee will, After general guideline for establishment and maintenance of professional bodies with each of the institution engaged in scientific research or education, both to foster ethics and to investigate allegations of ethical misconduct. Allegation of ethical misconduct. Now here is a term, ethical misconduct. So if you see that how misconduct may be ethical, yes, it may be. Suppose you are, officers in, if you are in charge of a lab, you are, deputy director or assistant director in a R&D lab, and you are claiming that your director has permitted you to, copy all these things and push there and proceed for the next level of the experiment. So this is, this is ethical misconduct. You are adopting misconduct, you are involved in misconduct, but you are claiming that no, you are following ethical procedures as according to you, if your director is giving you information. So my question is that if there is a flow of current in a wire, if your director is saying that you go and touch the wire that bears of a current of 440 voltage, so it can take your life. So you should not be you should not involve yourself in such so-called ethical misconduct. And in this, Israel lags scientifically behind the United States. And in the committee's opinion, as I discussed about you about Israel and United States and others, so the comparative phenomenon is saying that some countries who are, very, very following to each other, they are trying to compete with each other with respect to research and specifically scientific research and ethics. So we India, we scholars, we teachers, we faculty members are also supposed to follow the same. And if we are following the things that it is said that we are doing some meaningful work. Now you see the next slide that is also saying something. The pursuit of ethics in scientific research and other professional fields fundamentally entails fostering understanding of ethical values and principles, both for their own sake and in order to increase their practical application. Since these are the standard parameters that are supposed to be followed during your scientific research and during your ethics with respect to science and research. So the investigation of misconduct is unavoidable and but should never be considered the foremost concern in the field of professional ethics. In reality, yes, if you are doing something, there is possibility of doing some wrong thing also, and not by your sense, but due to some your mistake. Because if we are human being, then naturally we can commit some mistakes. So the investigation of misconduct is unavoidable, and investigation should be carried out, and we should focus on each and every aspect of the happening inside the lab in case of scientific research carried out, and we should try to spread the miscommunicated materials or things that are supposed to be integrated with all the agencies, all the scientists, all the scholars, all the students, and all the stakeholders who are associated with your lab, that how this mistake happened and what was the reason and how this mistake was corrected. And so if you are if you are making aware all those who are associated with you, and if you are following these things, then it is said that you are following the ethics that is supposed to be very, very meaningful with respect to your ethics in case of science and research. And you see, one thing I would like to share with you, this is very, very important parameters. And I request everyone that just like your name, just like the name of your country, just like the name of your degree, you should remember the ethics of scientific research, values and principles. What are the principles and what are the values? Value means intellectual values, importance bearing, segment that is, beauty, that is giving some beauty to your intellectual property right. And whenever you are talking or whenever you are interacting with anyone, a reflection is observed by the audience, by the viewers, and even in a workshop, in a seminar, in a symposia, in a classroom, it may be observed. So you see the truth, first point is truth. The scientist is concerned with the expansion of human knowledge of the world, the deepening of human understanding of its aspect, and the enhancement of human. The starting of research and publication ethics, we have already discussed with you the meaning of any research is the progress, is the welfare of the society, stakeholder, and industry. If your research is not giving any practical outcomes that is going to give some benefit to the society, then this is not the truth. The truth is that every scientist is concerned with the expansion of human knowledge. If I have some knowledge, I should try to transmit this knowledge, share this knowledge with others. And by collective approach, what we are doing in the lab, we are trying to give this information to our society that how life is going to be easy with the enhancement of this research or these outcomes. And the second point is ability to exploit this knowledge for the achievement of goals vital to humanity or having social merit. Ability to exploit the knowledge for the achievement of goal of vitals to humanity or having social merit. I told you just that how this is important, because if there is no goal vital to humanity and there is no anything that is going to convergently give something to the society, so nobody can say that nothing, something is happening in the lab or some experiments are happening. I'm giving you a practical example. You think how this became possible to deliver lecture virtually and to record this lecture on Zoom and to share the same with you, you know. So this understanding of its of the aspect and enhancement of knowledge and the enhancement of the facility to the human, it is the primary duty of any scientist. It is the primary duty of any scientific research. And in this case, protocols must should be followed, ethics must should be followed. The scientist serves these goals in every branch of science by acting in accordance with the methods of scientific research in each branch and the rules of conduct in the scientific community in general. So I hope you have understand that what is the meaning of the term truth. This is the actual reality, that what is the ethics of scientific research. And in scientific research, the first point is the truth. And under truth, there are 3 points you should remember and you should try to write in your examination. The second one is freedom. Freedom means not do anything to regulate yourself, to set yourself under a defined framework. Your working must should be defined under a defined framework. You are supposed to have some protocols. So if you are a scientist, if you are a researcher, if you are a faculty member, and you are working in a lab or you are working for the publication, then the term freedom is important for you. Freedom means you are supposed to have your own ideology. There should be some brainstorming idea inside you, and you are having some freedoms by other agencies, by other organizations who are associated with you, that yes, you can think, you can do, you can follow, and you can think about the betterment of the humanity, but for keeping in your mind that you are following the ethics, you are following the protocols. So that these 2 points, that the scientist serves the goal of scientific research based on the principle of scientific research freedom, which is one of the most prominent expressions of the democratic system. Democratic system is where everyone is free to express his or her view, and constitution has given equal right, equal power, but equal duty also. So if you are following these all, so that system is democratic, and you are supposed under the arena of freedom. The scientist undertakes the obligation to comply with the practical restrictions imposed on freedom of scientific research by the principle of the demographic system for the adequate safeguard of human life, welfare, dignity, and liberty. So I hope you have enjoyed these points, and this discussion is meaningful and useful for you in your research and publication ethics. So you just try to analyze, try to think that actually what we are saying, what agency is trying to locate inside you as a scholar, and what you have to do in future, what you should instruct to your people as a teacher, as a guru in coming days. So thank you very much for listening and enjoying this lecture. Thank you very much. And the next part of this topic I will be discussing in the next video. Thank you very much.